TTC Transfers. TTC routes. We have already learned that the TTC runs all across the city. Buses, streetcars, and subways travel along routes in every direction. Sometimes TTC routes meet at an intersection. An intersection is when two or more roads cross or meet. TTC Transfer. When two TTC vehicles meet at an intersection, the riders are able to get off one vehicle to board the other vehicle. Sometimes a TTC rider needs to take more than one transit vehicle to get to where they want to go. When you change from one bus to another bus, or from a bus to the subway, or the subway to the streetcar, all in one trip, this is called a transfer. You do not need to pay again when you get on another vehicle if you haven't got to your stop yet. Instead, you use a transfer. Here we have a bus transfer, a streetcar transfer, and a subway transfer. For example, I need to get to Islington subway station. First, I pay and take a transfer from the driver to get on the 46 Martin Grove bus southbound to Kipling Station. Then, at Kipling Station, I transfer to the Subway 2 line and go eastbound to Islington Station. I do not pay again to take the subway. Instead, I show my transfer. How to get a transfer. Transfers let you take different TTC vehicles while only paying one fare. You can get a TTC transfer when you get on a TTC vehicle and pay your fare. The driver gives out TTC transfers when you get on the bus. And there is a machine for transfers on the streetcar and the subway. You would press this button on the subway and you would get this transfer, and you pay in this machine and you get a receipt on the streetcar. Or if you have a Presto, you tap your card. Remember, you need to get a transfer when you get on the TTC. Whatever TTC vehicle you get on first, that is where you should get the transfer. So if I get on the streetcar first, that's where I'm getting my transfer. If I get on the bus first, I'm getting the transfer from the driver. If I get on the subway, I get it from the machine, and then I keep that transfer for the next vehicle. Bus transfers. A TTC transfer has the following three things printed on the paper. The route information. Here we have the 106 York University bus. The date says Friday, October 5th. And the time. It has been ripped off the side of the transfer for what time it is. A subway transfer. Here we have the route information. It says the station that you got the transfer at. So on this transfer, we would have got on at Queen Subway Station. The date, April 24th, 2015. And the time, 7 o'clock p.m. And here's the streetcar transfer. The 404 Spadina streetcar. Wednesday, May 16th for the date, and the time 1:14 p.m. Using a transfer on the bus. If you need to use a transfer to get on a bus, you need to show the transfer to the driver when you get on by holding it up. To use a transfer on the subway, you hold up the transfer as you walk through the gates closest to the toll booth collector. On the streetcar, you can just walk on, but make sure to keep your transfer as your proof of payment. If you're paying by Presto, there is a transfer machine where you can tap your card. Remember, it's always a good idea to keep your transfer until you get to your stop. This is your proof that you paid to ride the TTC, and if a TTC worker asks if you paid, you can show them your transfer. The end.